Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy MonsterCast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy MonsterCast, the misfits investigate a cryptid menagerie and gouging racket. Previously on the Happy MonsterCast, a band of misfits has joined in an effort to break the power of the big boys over the Holler, including preacher Piety Jackson, gouger Karl son of Karl, mountain magician Buck Grayson, bootleg distiller Booker Noe, and itinerant crooner Old Blue. The misfits are investigating Maximus Wonderly and his cryptid zoo and gambling operation. Can Karl survive battle with the dreaded Sheepsquatch? So let's recap. You've been called in to Varmint here because the locals are concerned about the tourist attraction, Maximus Wonderly's World of Wonders, which seems to have a variety of critters in it, and they're concerned about the critters getting loose. But so far, the critters in the show don't seem to be that interesting, but he's implied that there are some more interesting creatures that fight in gouging and has invited you to check it out this evening. So you've headed into town to see what you can find out about this guy before you head on to the gouging circle to see what's up with this battle. So as you come into town, a rather burly older gentleman takes a corncob pipe out of his mouth, blows a stream of smoke into the air, and says, "Strangers, eh? What brings you to Varmint?"
Who's this guy and what's he thinking?
So we're here to learn a little bit more about this fellow you have out here and his gouging circle with all the critters.
Oh, Maximus Wonderly. So with the mind reading, let's just see if he resists that. He does not. He said, you get a clear indication, "Oh, I hate that guy so much."
Wait,
Well,
he
okay
hates
then.
Piety,
Fair
or
enough.
he hates the...
No, he hates Maximus Wonderly.
Got it. We can lean on him for information
He says,
if we're not
"Wonderly,
friendly.
yeah. Can't say there's too many folk here in Varmint are real big fans of his. I certainly aren't."
Why not? He seems friendly enough.
Well, he's
I tell you
stepping
what,
out
I
with
hate that son of a bitch.
He's stepping out with my daughter. That's why not.
Oh,
He's stepping out with my Katie Sue. I figure
Oh, man.
he might have laid a witch's hex on her or something. And my boys
That son
are
of a gun.
right irritable with him. I hear he's got a whole slew of critters hidden in caves up in the mountains. Brings them down for the gouging ring fights. And I heard tell he sells some of them critters to the big boys.
I want to run persuasion, see if maybe I can get more like on his side, like him thinking that I'm more friendly, and I also don't like him. The what was his name?
Maximus Wonderly.
Yeah.
He called himself Maximus. Come on.
So, yeah, I hate that son of a bitch too.
Yeah. Well, I'd do something about him, but I can't really risk irritating the gal away.
friend, seeing how you and I have a lot in common, why don't you tell me what you'd like to have done? And, all the information that can go along with that, like where I can find where he gets them critters.
You telling me you strangers are willing to risk the wrath of a big boy?
Hell, I'm crazy. I just do about anything.
In that case, I figure if you can either if you can bust up a trade with the big boys, they might just run him right out of town, certainly stop supporting him, and I could get my Katie Sue back. I hear he's found himself the Sheepsquatch.
Well, what is that?
Well, it's kind of like a carnivorous sheep shaped like a man. It's got
it eats sheep. Man.
It eats sheep and it's covered in wool. Said that wool keep a body warm in the coldest of winters. And horrible bleating that'll chill a man's blood in his veins.
And he's gonna sell the thing?
He's gonna sell it to the big boys. Who knows what they do to that? Maybe take it to the city and show it off there. Maybe some kind of experiment. Some of them big boys, I hear tell, they like that scientific stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, that dog just don't hunt. Not in my book. I'll tell you what, fella, you tell me where we might be able to find this sheep. Maybe we'll go bust that up for you.
Well, I don't know where he hides. I heard tell he hides his critters up in the caves, but I don't know where.
There must be somebody around here that might know.
Have to be one of
point
his.
Us out.
Have to be one of his folk, like that there Huck Brimmer, who the miner who takes care of some of the animals for Maximus, or maybe Jesse Bison, or one
anybody
of his cousins.
Slided? Maybe somebody who might have it out for him.
Plenty of folk who have it out for him, but they're not privy to the location of his critter stash.
Nobody that used to work for him, maybe.
No, he seemed to pay real well. Folk who work for him seem to be loyal. I suppose Katie Sue might know, but like I said, I think he's bewitched her somehow.
Well, you mind
why
if
do you
we
think
talk
he's
to
bewitched her?
Well, I can't see why my respectable girl would be stepping out with a man like that.
Well, where is she now?
She's up at his little zoo there, the World of Wonders.
Did we see her at all or notice?
No, but he called out. He called out to ask her to do something while you were there. You didn't actually see her.
Oh, right. He said Katie Sue watched the.
Okay.
Watch him while he came to talk to us or something.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I guess if I were somebody who were interested in buying something like a Sheepsquatch, I would want to know that I was getting my money's worth. So do these things ever go to the gouging matches?
Heck yeah.
For demonstrations? Yeah. So maybe if we go to this gouging thing, Sheepsquatch will show up and we'll see what it can do.
Do we know if what this animal is? Like, is it intelligent or can we communicate with it?
The Sheepsquatch,
we can kill it.
Is there like a should I do like a common knowledge roll?
This would be a folklore roll.
Oh, I do not have that.
I'll make one for Buck.
Who's got folklore?
I'll do an unskilled one. Unskilled.
It's pretty crap, but yeah.
Well,
I got a
old
unskilled
Blue, as it happens. You've heard songs of the Sheepsquatch in your
Songs of the Sheepsquatch.
Songs of the
I don't know what
Sheepsquatch,
to
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
What would the lyrics be?
We just took a turn for the weird. That's okay.
Oh wait, in this adventure we took a turn for the weird? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, no one knows exactly what's mated with what to produce the Sheepsquatch. It seems to be a bizarre hybrid of sheep and human, mean-spirited, ornery. They hear tell it hasn't been sheared in near forever, so the wool's piled up all over its body like a dingy, shambling mound. Its bleat is terrifying, and the wool acts as protection. Men's axes and clubs just bounce right off it. They say it attacks with a berserk fury and comes down out of the hills to tear into the sheep herds, especially has a taste for lamb.
Is there any way to get any like cooked lamb?
Not the season for it, unfortunately.
All right, guys. Well, I did as much as I could.
I think if we go to one of these gouging matches, this thing's going to show.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
I agree.
Thank you.
I agree.
All right. So you head for the gouging ring. And
I think we should prepare to follow it just in case, this is something that we want to track down to a cave or whatever.
The Sheepsquatch?
Yeah. Like if we're trying to steal it or whatever.
I think he may already have the Sheepsquatch. I think he let slip something about that earlier.
He did let
Right,
slip
so-
something about that earlier.
So he's got this Sheepsquatch. If we go to the gouging thing and the Sheepsquatch shows up, and then he's going to return it to some hidden, cave or whatever, then we should try to follow it. Or be prepared to follow. And then maybe we can interfere in a deal to sell to the big boys. Either that or we make the Sheepsquatch look terrible.
All right, so there's quite a crowd assembling as you reach the gouging ring. Off to the side, you see a beat-up old pickup truck with some cages in the bed. And, of course, Maximus Wonderly says, "Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this evening's entertainment. In our first match, we will face off a wild boar against two billy cabras. If you care to wager, talk to your friends, and enjoy the spectacle." Okay, so a couple of these billy cabras roll out with their spiky backs and creepy laughs. And a wild boar comes in as well. There's low barricades around the gouging ring set up for this round. And he turns them loose. And there's cheering and shouting and moonshine drinking from the crowd as the Billy Cabras try to grab onto the boar, who is gouging them with his tusks. There's a ferocious battle, blood spraying everywhere. And eventually, one of the Billy Cabras is down, gored to death by the boar, but the other is latched onto the boar and drains its blood.
Yeah.
Wow.
The heck?
I love this so much.
Winner, Billy Cabra. Now for the main event. Something never seen before in these parts, like to never be seen again. So, the Holler is blasphemous to nature's intended order every single day. But what you're looking at, it goes beyond that blasphemy into just a bizarre joke. You can't decide if that makes it more or less disturbing. So Maximus steps into the ring, strutting like a peacock, whooping up the crowd. In this corner, from the woods of Varmint, a hometown boy, part sheep, part squatch, full of boisterous bleats and maniacal meanness, weighing about as much as a pregnant milk cow, the Sheepsquatch.
Oh boy.
If you like
Is it like? Sorry, is it like tied up or anything, or is like it's not just standing there?
He's got an assistant holding it with a chain. And there's if you like the cut of his wool, place your bets and place them big. In the other corner, abducted from the land of cultists, rife with demons and Piney Dirge Plateau, is the fella your mamas warned their daughters about. He's Randy as well. Randy is a goat, has a sharp pair of devilish horns, and eats anything you feed him. And smells like wild onions and stink cheese. And his fighting lord, you better watch out. He butts like a truck. The Goat Man, everybody. Holler it up and lay down your barter.
Woo!
Woo.
The Sheepsquatch bleats softly, almost contemplatively, while the Goat Man ruts to the ground, making a big show of himself. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin this bout, I have a special offer for y'all. If any brave soul in the crowd believes that they can fight the mighty Sheepsquatch, and if they put that Sheepsquatch down such that he don't get back up, don't kill him now, just knock him to the ground, knock him unconscious, I will provide them with that very pickup truck there as a prize for their feat of skill and daring.
I look at Karl and go, "You got this. Come on, get in one in there."
Oh, I absolutely got this.
Can I use
Put a hat on that thing. I want to punch it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can I make some type of roll to see if I can influence him or like
You
give him,
have
like,
to?
a bonus? No, I don't have to influence
He
him.
seems ready.
Both hands are up. Both hands are up in the air.
All right,
Oh, pick me! I'm over
pick
here.
me, pick
Over
me.
here.
Oh, stranger, you think you can fight a Sheepsquatch?
Oh boy.
I'm gonna punch that woolly bastard in the face.
What's your name, son?
Karl.
All right, Karl. So
Go
in
get
this
him,
corner,
Karl.
we have stranger to varmint, but clearly an experienced fighter. Look at those knuckles on him. Look like they've been split open and broken a dozen times. Karl!
Okay.
Hey, that's me.
As he's going in, I will cast Champion on him on the assumption that fighting this Sheepsquatch counts as fighting evil.
You mean smite?
Uh,
No, champion is an ability you have. It's not something you
that
can
I
share. Yeah.
All right. So all right. Smite it is.
You know, cast smite on his mighty fists.
On his mighty fist. Here it comes. Scroll down. There you go. All right, there you go.
All right. That is going to work. So let me target Karl here. And so I am going to put all of you into this combat, even though Karl is the only one nominally fighting. Because you might choose to subtly intervene. Of course, obvious cheating might have negative consequences. You will, but support roles certainly are fair game. And if you can come up with a clever way to test the Sheepsquatch, I will allow that also.
Hey, you can mind read that thing, right?
Yeah, I was thinking I could cast.
Is there?
Doubt.
What is it thinking?
Well, your abilities are largely, if you're affecting somebody else, you're mostly throwing a flask of whiskey at them, which would be kind of obvious.
Is there a way I can perform or boost Karl in any way?
You absolutely could use performance and or persuasion or to boost him as we get into combat as support roles.
Yeah.
So, some wrestler entrance music.
yeah.
Oh, God, that's Karl Meatshield's theme.
All right,
Big
so the
flame pots
Sheepsquatch
leaping
goes
up in the
first.
sky.
First up is the Sheepsquatch. Since Piety just cast the smite, and the Sheepsquatch is going to charge right in. You don't have first strike yet. Too bad. And it is going to bleat at you. And that bleat is going to affect a couple of the rest of you as well. All right, so I need vigor rolls from Booker, Buck, and Karl as this horrible bleeding comes at you.
When I see that, I'm going to take a step back.
Okay, so all of you are stunned unless you want to Benny that. Buck's just going to be stunned here.
All right, I'll give it a try.
Karl, you might want to Benny as well, because being stunned kind of sucks.
Okay, no, I don't understand the computer stuff sometimes. I got a happy check mark.
How's a 4?
That means you succeeded on the skill roll, but you did not beat the 7 that he rolled.
Oof, never mind.
So do you want to try to beat the 7 or take the stun?
Okay.
I'll take the stun.
Hold on. Hang on, I gotta find myself again in this silly.
It's always important to find yourself.
Where are you? Oh, there we are.
Not any better. Take it or try to Benny it again.
One more, but that's it. I'm gonna need these things.
Oh, terrible.
Well,
All right.
That's crappy dice.
So the 3 of you are stunned by its horrible bleeding. Buck's going to try to... Nope. Buck remains stunned. Karl. You can make a vigor roll to attempt to become not stunned anymore. Oh, man.
Wow. The dice are
Nope,
just
he's
not
rolling badly
loving us.
tonight. I'm going to let him take the consequences of his actions.
All right, so the Sheepsquatch bites you,
Ouch.
or at least tries to bite you. Amazingly, does not manage to connect, even though you're pretty rocked by this thing. All right, Booker, same thing. Vigor roll to unstun.
Man.
That is a definitive no. And Old Blue. All right, time for your wrestling intro music.
Oh boy.
Da, 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 da.
You want to do a performance roll?
Yeah. Performance roll to support.
We are a weird bunch.
I believe with your picking and grinning, you can have a free reroll on that. So you can use the free reroll button.
Ooh, that's much better.
All right, that's going to be a +1 on your attempt to unstun next time. Oh, the Sheepsquatch draws a joker.
What?
Come on, man.
And it spins around and kicks you.
You can tell me it was a
Not
ninja
cool.
Sheepsquatch.
Not cool, Sheepsquatch. Not cool.
Oh, ow. Okay, that's definitely going to hit with a raise.
Ow. Holy cow.
This Karl, you might not be getting that truck. All right, so with your toughness of 7, that will be 6 wounds.
Hi, hi, hi.
Wow.
Thanks.
You can try to soak that if you want, but you might want to save a roll.
What do I got to roll what? Like a 37?
Yeah, probably want to save your bennies for the incapacitation roll.
Yeah, why don't I just lay down and die right now?
All right, so give me a vigor roll for incapacitation here. Hang on, let me take vulnerable off of you. That's just unfair. Would you care to Benny that roll?
Sure, why not?
Not a good night for rolling.
All right, so with a 5, you are out cold. And on top of that, you are injured and bleeding out.
Wow.
Wow. Not a good showing, but we can recover. I feel
All
confident.
right, let's check out your injury here. Okay, so your left arm is... He hit you right in the shoulder, and your left arm is non-functional. And you need medical attention in a hurry. Would anyone like to try to heal him?
I absolutely would. Can I do that out of sequence?
Yeah,
Or do I have to
we're
wait?
definitely out of combat here. So,
All right.
Buck,
So here it comes.
yeah, go ahead and see if you can stabilize him first. Okay, good. He's stable. Now you can make another healing roll to try to patch him up.
All right. One more. That stinks.
Not patched
I
up.
made him worse.
No, you didn't. Well, you didn't make him worse, but you definitely didn't make him better either.
Dang it.
So he's not. The main thing is you tried to patch him up. You stabilized him, but he's still unconscious.
Okay.
Wow. I'm going to give it a. Actually, I'm stunned. I probably can't try on unskilled, right?
No, but Buck can bust out a little folk magic here. That at least gets you back up to 2 wounds. But 2-handed weapons are not going to be an option for you from now on.
Wow.
So that's forever?
Unless you can find somebody to throw in crippling who can cure crippling injuries, which with some power points could be Buck.
The power of Jesus will come to your aid. Just believe, my son, believe.
You might run into somebody who can patch you up.
I don't use 2-handed weapons anyways.
Your right hand is still working.
That's all I need.
All right, so they drag you out of the ring. All right, after that little appetizer, it's time for the Goat Man. And these two start throwing down. The bleeding is still the bleeding knocks out some of the people in the audience. The Goat Man rams full speed into the Sheepsquatch, hurling him backwards at one point. You catch his eyes, and he's just freaky looking. But the Sheepsquatch, his sheer strength eventually prevails, and the Goat Man is knocked out cold. As this fight is going on, off to the side, you see a woman coming in, dragging a critter behind her. It looks like an enormous snake.
Oh boy.
But you're not really sure whether you're looking at its head looks more like a snake or more like a dog. It's very confusing.
A dog-headed snake.
Or a snake-headed snake. You're really not sure. And she drags it past and heads up the mountain with it.
I couldn't possibly use common knowledge to try to figure out what that might be.
No, that would
right?
that would definitely be a folklore thing. As cryptids are not common knowledge.
I can give that a try.
Bucks, you think it's a river runner?
A river runner.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, so she drags this thing off up the mountain.
Is there by any chance any area where all these creatures are being kept? Like in sight, like in view?
You heard that they were being kept in caves further up the mountain. That's all you know at this point.
Okay, so there's nothing like local, like in the
the pickup truck.
Okay.
So what would you like to do?
Do we have any sense of where these caves are?
You do not, other than further up the mountain.
I think you guys should go follow her. I think we should follow her.
All right.
I'm just not going up there by myself.
All right. I'm going to have Buck volunteer to be as your tracker. And he's able to follow her without too much trouble.
Oh, nice.
All right. Cool.
So tracks her up to a cave. The question is now, do you want to be... do you want to try to hide and observe or what?
I think sounds good.
I vote
Yeah,
for
that
hide and
makes
observe.
sense.
We just
Yep.
watched Karl's arm become non-functional.
Did I
Watch the
win?
bruises bloom.
All right, so I'd like stealth rolls from all of you.
Okay. Actually, look at that. Invisible, untouchable. That's me.
One from Buck, the mighty hunter, surprisingly bad at stealth.
I can't tell what my result was. 5?
3.
Even the real roll?
Yeah, even with the reroll. All right.
Well, my wild die was a 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that's what you have.
Yeah, 5.
Yep. So it's good enough to you think you're at least likely to be unseen as you're kind of hiding in a shrub nearby.
So if we try to peep into what's in this cave
You'd be
without being told,
you'd be wide you'd be wide out in the open.
I see.
I
can't really tell from the map where the caves are.
Cave's over here by the Sheepsquatch. So the woman goes into the cave, drops off this
Snake thing.
dog head thing, comes back out, and shortly thereafter the pickup truck comes rolling up with Maximus in it, and he takes the other critters into the cave but comes back out with a Sheepsquatch just as a guy in a Kramer Holt trench coat walks in. Right. So
wait, where's he walking in from?
He walks in from further uphill.
Okay.
Says, right. So that's the critter, huh? That's right. The notorious Sheepsquatch. I've also just captured a river runner if you're interested. River runner, eh? What can you tell me about it? Well, folks say that there's great confusion about whether it's got a snake head or a dog head, so much so that it can cause a brawl among otherwise amicable folk. Intriguing. For now, we may be back for that one. For now, the Squatch. So I figure, a couple crates of that city moonshine and maybe another couple Tommy guns would be a good price for it. No. Got something better for you. He opens up a briefcase and lays it on the rock there. These are control collar systems. We'd like you to test these on your critters. We figure they can keep them under control without you needing to tie them up or chain them or anything. We're doing our own human trials, but we'd like to see how they work on critters as well.
Wow.
What would you like to do?
Okay.
I'll try and steal
that. Are we just gonna walk past that whole we're using them on humans?
Oh, I don't know. Right now you're hiding in the shrubbery. What would you like to do?
I want to steal that stuff.
Tricky. You gonna wait for the deal to be concluded, or
How many people are here?
There's the woman,
Yeah.
Maximus, and this big boy guy who is packing a Tommy gun.
Are they in
Hi.
a nicely tight geographical space that I could cast something and
Looks
They
like it.
sure are.
It looks like
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
I think we should put a stop to this. I mean, this human control collar thing is really bugging me.
That's
I'd
gross.
like-
Yeah, for sure.
As they,
how's
if
the
they're
Sheepsquatch
attacking,
looking right now?
Sheepsquatch is looking a little rough, but not too bad.
if they're going to
Like-
attack, I would like to try and stay in stealth.
Like you could take it this time.
I'm gonna hit blindness.
Is the Sheepsquatch looking ornery or docile?
Sheepsquatch is looking kind of ornery. All right.
Okay.
I had a
I'm gonna
fun
blow my-
idea.
Blind does go off. So let's see. Did they get a save on that? Blind.
I'd still like
Not
to
yet,
try and get
they
up
don't.
there.
So that is going to. There's no cover at all.
Well, I'm hoping that the blind will kind of affect them so that I can
Oh, that
stay in
doesn't
stealth.
hurt. Yeah.
Stay
Yeah.
in stealth and try and steal the collar, I guess.
All right. So just need to sort
I think I
your
can.
power
I think I'm
points.
in range to move to there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Does somebody have Havoc?
Yes.
I'm just wondering how much fun it would be to blow them into the Sheepsquatch.
All right. Well, you're not going to move up yet
don't
because
we
we're.
want to run
That
away?
puts us the blind thing as the arc. As this goes blasting out, that definitely puts us in the combat as they are all. They definitely know something is going down
How could they guess?
because
All right, fine.
a blinding moonshine blast went rolling in. So, but the Sheepsquatch is freaked out. And so it bleats at Maximus and the woman.
Nice.
Nice.
Just what I like to see.
Almost as intensely as it bleated at you guys.
Nice.
She's going to do at least one Benny on that. Nope. So that stuns her. And Maximus here is going to have to get real lucky. Which he does not. So those two are stunned by the bleeding of the Sheepsquatch. All right, Old Blue, now you can run up and grab the thing if you want.
Oh yes. I'm gonna go run
Do
up there
it.
and
Do
grab
it.
So you run up and grab the case.
Yep.
If you're running, I'll allow you to roll a d6 and then run away.
Yes. Okay. How do I just roll just a regular? Oh wait, there it is.
All right, you can run right off the map.
Later.
Bye-bye.
So you grab the thing and run. You're out of the fight at this point. All right, next up is Maximus. He's going to try to remove the stun here and critically fail. So not only does he not remove the stun, but he walks into a tree and collapses.
Nice.
Okay, Buck is going to fire his deer rifle at the agent, the buyer. And then let's see if Maximus shakes off his blindness. And no. Okay, so Buck hits with his deer rifle. But it ricochets off the guy's armored coat.
Ooh.
All right, so the guy is blind, but not so blind that he can't tell that somebody just fired at him. So he's going to spray suppressive fire towards you guys.
Oh, man.
Just kind of hosing down the blankness.
Yes, exactly.
I'm so glad I left.
Yeah.
So he's going to empty his Tommy gun.
Oh, man.
Pray and spray.
Pretty much, yeah. All right, so that does distract all of you. So not enough to hit any of you, but enough to distract you all. All right, so the woman is no longer stunned. I gotta see if the buyer is still blind. Sure is. All right, so she's not stunned anymore, but she's still vulnerable. And she is going to, seeing her counterpart in Buck, she's going to take a shot at him with her bow.
She has a bow.
She does have a bow, and she misses completely, being blind. Karl!
I still have 2 wounds and 1 arm, right?
That is correct, sir.
One good arm.
The woman does shake off the blindness, though. Yeah, 1 good arm and 2 wounds. That's correct.
Okay. Well, I guess let's start with, is there something I can do to try and shake off distraction?
No.
Well, crap.
So you're going to be at a pretty serious penalty to hit. On the other hand, both Maximus and Lyanna are vulnerable, meaning that offsets some of the penalties to hit them. So basically that neutralizes the effect of your distraction. Not the wounds, though. So basically you're going to be punching at -2.
Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes!
And run up and punch Maximus in the head.
Didn't he knock himself out?
No, he crashed into a tree. So he's prone.
Uh-huh.
Which for melee purposes.
Can I boost him with
so it's
smite?
going to be a straight fighting roll, not this turn. Not until it's your turn.
All right. Too bad.
So make a fighting roll at +4.
So straight fighting, or should I use the
unarmed roll at +4, which will offset the -4 that you already have.
It's a tough night.
It is.
I don't know. I'm gonna roll a 1.
I believe in you.
No, that's not a 1. That's going to hit with a raise.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that was a damage roll. Yeah. We need your fighting roll.
Oh, damn it. Now let's try that again.
That's a hit with a raise. Give me raised damage on Maximus here. All right, 15 damage is going to shake him, and also
Gain his respect.
do 2 wounds, which he will try to soak.
I want my truck.
Oh, the truck's parked over there. You might be able to pull it off.
We could steal it. I can drive it away.
Well, that's good. I can't.
That's why you keep me along.
All right, he manages to roll out of the way just in time, so you just punch the ground.
Oh, come on.
All right,
I want
Piety.
different dice.
Okay. All right, give me the okay. All right, I think I am going to wade in with my studded club, the attitude adjuster, and adjust Maximus's attitude.
Okay. +1 on the +3 on the attack, +2 because he's still prone, and +1 for the gang up bonus.
Okay, so that's a. Whoops, I guess I have to actually do my thing. So +1. So that's a total of +3. All right.
All right, that does not hit.
Dang. I'm gonna Benny that, I think. Oh, come
That,
on.
on the other hand,
Wow.
definitely does.
All right.
So give me a damage roll.
I'm seeing different rolls. What's coming up on the damage.
What
Aw.
the heck?
Do you want to Benny the damage? 'Cause that's literally the worst.
Yeah, I think I really want to. All right.
That, on the other hand, is not.
Okay.
So with a 16, that's going to shake him and do 2 wounds again. And he's out of bennies, so he's now shaken and stunned with 2 wounds.
Nice.
He's pretty messed up. Okay, Booker.
Gosh. I want to get in the car and drive away. Let's go follow.
All right, so you run over, jump in the pickup truck, and drive off.
I'm gonna pick up
Later,
anybody
suckers.
who's not involved in the fight. Let's go.
So Old Blue, you catch up with Old Blue pretty quick, and you take off in the pickup truck. And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Wow.
All right.
You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook as Happy Monster Press, at our website, happymonsterpress.com, Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow the podcast on YouTube, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play Music. Like what you hear? Support us on Ko-fi at ko.fi.com/happymonsterpress. Happy MonsterCast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This game references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, and characters' logos and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Music, Ice Cold by Jason Shaw. And Lobo Loco's Spencer from the Free Music Archive.
Oh, for sure.